Well, good morning and welcome to Dartmoor. Actually, some of you might know I'm in Dartmoor by the rocks formation behind me, which Dartmoor is famous for, as well as its myths and legends, which it is very, very famous for. There's lots of really ancient stuff here, stone circles, sort of crosses, and just a real beautiful landscape, which I've come out today to try and photograph. So I've come to I think it's Great Staple Tor. I'll correct it up here anyway, but I've come out this morning because I've got the opportunity to. I've got a site visit down the road, so I thought, do you know what, I'm going to get up mega early and I'm going to come out and just see what I can get. Really, I've got plenty of time here today and I'm really looking forward to it. So I thought I'd make my first stop here because, as you can see behind me, there's just all these beautiful sort of stone statues, which look like sort of castle-like, really. And there's lots of them about here. I did a quick sort of check on Google yesterday, and this sort of come up as being quite a nice location to sort of to come to. So I thought I'd try and get a sunrise here this morning. So I've got a rock here. I've got some rocks in the distance down there. They're scattered all around me. And then, like I say, I've got here and this big lump behind me. So the idea is to try and get a shot this morning from here. I got my Lumix X5 because I'm going to make this a Lumix Wednesday video. So you will be watching this on a Wednesday if you watch it on the day of release. So I've got this, but I've also, because I just couldn't resist bringing a film camera as well, I have got the Mamiya C3, which I brought out with a roll of Delta 400 and also Portra 400 as well. So I'll see if I get that out. I probably will do, to be honest with you, because although I do love shooting with this Lumix, I do miss when I'm out actually shooting with a film camera as well. So issues this morning is here. So the sun is going to rise sort of over here, and hopefully it's not too blown out. I'll just try and drop the ISO a little bit on this to get it a bit darker so you can see. There we go. So the sun is going to be rising just behind me here. As you can see, what we've got here is this big old blank bank of cloud, high cloud, which is moving quite slowly. And then I don't know if you can see on the video now, I've sort of dropped the ISO, that there's some lower cloud which is moving quite quick, but there is some nice colour in the sky. And again, I don't know if it's picking it out. Sorry, my lights just fall off my camera. I don't know if it's picking it out, but there is some quite nice light in the distance there. So hopefully we can get something good. So I'm gonna have a walk around here now and just see if I can get a composition. There should be quite a few, hopefully. So yeah, so that's going to be the plan for this morning, is to try and get. Sorry, I'm just trying to turn that up. Is to try and get a good shot from this morning. So yeah, it is windy as hell up here. I'm going to be honest, but yeah, I've enjoyed the little bit of a walk up here. It's not very far at all, probably about half a mile from the car, so not far a walk at all. And yeah, I'm hoping to get a real nice shot from today. I've not actually been here before, so. Yeah, I'm gonna have a wander around now and see if I can get a good composition. So when I'm set up, I shall see you in a minute. Right, so I'm really hoping that this isn't too windy, because it is really windy up here, I'm gonna be honest, and it's about -2, so it's absolutely freezing as well. And I've left my gloves in the bag, which is just there, to be fair. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you my first composition that I've sort of set up here. Gone for a fairly obvious, straightforward one. I've got the sort of, I just looked around and looked for the sort of the poster boys, I suppose, of what I could see around here, which is these sort of rock formations here. So we've got one here, we've got one over there, and then there is one just here. Just trying to shield the mic from the wind, which is just over here. And I've sort of used this bit of a path down, and these rocks to sort of lead you into these sort of pillars, and that one in the background. And then I think right in the over in the far distance there, you probably won't be able to see it on the camera, but I can certainly see it from here. There's a church that's on top of a hill. I can't remember what the name of it is. I'll put it up here. But that was another location that I spotted down here, just having a quick look on Google yesterday. So I might go and investigate that later, because it's not very far away from here. But as you could probably see in the sky, we're getting some nice colour now, although the cloud is sort of rolling over me pretty quickly. I was going to get the drone up, but I think it might be a bit windy for the drone, to be fair. But yeah, so what I'm going to have to do with this shot is actually focus stack it. So I'm going to sort of focus on these rocks down here and take one shot. So what I do when I take a focus stack is, I know that the camera can actually do it, but it's user error. I've tried it a few times and I don't get great results from it, and that's user error, it's not camera error. I just need to do more practice with it, basically. But so I'm going to do it manually. So when I do a focus stack manually, what I tend to do is I will put my hand in front of the camera. I'll take a photo of my hand. That indicates the start of the first sort of set of bracket exposures or brackets I'm going to take. So so I'll take a shot of my hand first. The second shot will be of this area here, to make sure that this one is in focus. The next sort of shot will be of the this first pillar here, and I'll take that. Then I'll probably aim for them rocks over there, and then I'll probably aim for the just for the distance, really. So I've taken three: one here, one sort of in between the sort of middle ground, and then sort of one in the distance there. Blend them together to make sure that from sort of here to right over there we're in focus. So that's what I'm doing. I have taken a shot this morning. It's not great, so I probably won't put it up too fair, but what I'm finding is, because it's really windy up here, I've had to just up the ISO a little bit just to get that shutter speed a little bit quicker. Shooting at f11 at ISO 100, I was getting about 2 seconds, which with this wind is probably just a little bit too slow. Although the camera's got fantastic in-body stabilization, I just would rather sacrifice or just raise that ISO just a little bit to ensure that I get a faster shutter speed and in turn a sharper shot. So don't be afraid if you're in a similar position of just raising that ISO. I know a lot of you'll see a lot of people say just shooting ISO at your lowest setting, so 100 on this camera, or I think on a Nikon Z7 it's like 74 or whatever your low, just setting your lowest, and go at f11 and just shoot. All of them are, you know, a good advice, but you know, you're looking for a sharp shot at the end of the day. So raising that little bit of ISO, just that little bit up to 400 will just sort of help get that image crisp, and which is what you're looking for at the end of the day. So don't be afraid of coming off of that base ISO. Raise it a little bit, or lowering the f-stop, or opening it I should say, to something like around f8. If you're focus stacking, it doesn't make a massive difference if you're focus stacking, because at the end of the day your depth of field you're going to cover by focusing here, focusing there. You know, add another couple of focus points in. You know, I could focus here, I could focus on this first rock, I could focus on that one, and in the distance. So you could do as many as you want and get them into to Photoshop, and the process is dead easy, just to blend them together in Photoshop, and then you've got your image. So if you need to just, you know, drop down to f8, or like I say, just up the ISO a little bit to 400, even 600, something like that, you know, then do so. You know, the important thing is you get a sharp shot, and the modern cameras nowadays, yeah, you get fantastic performance out of higher ISOs nowadays, and at 400 ISO as opposed to 100 ISO, you ain't going to notice a massive amount of difference, if any at all, to be fair, unless you're absolutely pixel peeping, which, you know, let's be honest, why would you want to go around pixel peeping at the end of the day? But yeah, so I'm set up here. I might just crack out the C3, and I might just take one shot here as it is at the moment, because I do like the pink sky that is appearing, but I do feel that for this shot to work I just need some light on these, you know, the main subjects here, because at the moment they just look a bit dark. You can probably see, oh, the camera's moving. You can probably see they're looking a little bit dark, and they do need that bit of light on. But I might just crack out the C3, and I might just stand it alongside my Lumix, so I can shoot at the same time. So I'm actually going to do that. The only thing is, it is windy as hell up here, like I say, and the other tripod I've got is only a lightweight tripod, and I don't really want to put my my C3 on it just to see it drop over sideways. So I think I might leave that a bit until the until the light cut gets up. But for now, it's a bit of a waiting game. Like I say, I'm just going to take another shot just with the sky like it is at the moment, and then there is a gap in the cloud, thankfully, so I'm just going to wait for the sun to clear that. So it's not going to be that amazing early morning light first thing, but maybe by sort of 8 o'clock, hopefully it's cleared that blanket cloud that's in the distance there, enough for it to shine through onto the land, which is what I'm looking for at the end of the day. So yeah, so I'm going to hang around here for a bit. I've left my flash down in the car, useless, so I'm just going to sit up here and sort of hide away from the wind and wait for the light, as many of us do. So I will see you in a minute when there's something to talk about, or to shoot, I should say. Okay, so I've just got the camera tilted up a little bit at the moment. While I was sort of waiting for some light to appear from over that direction, I was just sort of having a look round, as you do, and having a wander, because you know, it's nice up here, but it's a little bit boring when there isn't any light about just yet. But what I did see was just in the distance, obviously you've got this rock formation just here, and there's a nice little bit of a sort of a path leading up to it, which is quite nice with the sort of light, the lightness of the grass and everything that's there at the moment. So I just thought I would yeah, I just thought I'd take a couple of shots of that in high res mode, because again, because I've only got the 20 to 60mm lens for this camera at the moment, I've got to do a bit of cropping in. So what I'm doing is just testing out the high res mode to hopefully see that gives me a nice image. And I'm really hoping that the audio is okay here, because I can see on the screen that the bars are going up and down like mad, and if I do look at the screen and not directly at the camera now and again, I am sorry, because I'm not used to having a screen out to the side that I actually see myself. I'm used to just holding my iPhone up and just generally looking at the camera. But the other thing as well is I'm just making sure that the focus is on me and not drifting off into the background somewhere. But it does seem to be keeping quite a good track of me focus wise. But like I say, back to the audio, I do hope the audio is okay. I can see the bars going up and down like mad because of the wind. So it is pretty windy up here, and it is freezing cold, but there is loads to shoot up here, and I literally could spend all day shooting up here, I reckon. Just a little bit of light now would be nice, but there is so much to shoot here. It's just beautiful. The landscape is just utterly beautiful. You know, and even if I didn't take a single shot here today, which is very, very doubtful, because I'm definitely going to take loads of photography, do loads of photography today, the fact that I'm out here and just the peace and quiet of it all really is just yeah, one of the main reasons why I do this, to be honest with you. But anyway, so yeah, I just thought I'd explain this shot. So like I say, I'm looking to sort of just get a crop of that rock formation in the background. Like I say, I'm using the high res mode, so it gives me that extra detail to be able to crop in and not lose too much detail when I do so. Because like I say, the maximum reach on this is 60mm, which is not quite enough. I have been looking at the Sigma 1 to 400mm lens as well for this, which are just, although there will be a gap between the 60 and the 60 and 100, I don't really find myself shooting in that sort of, you know, 80-90mm range anyway. So I think I'll be fine not having that, and if I do find that I'm missing it, then I'll probably just get a prime lens to slot in that space to just to fill that space really. So yeah, I'm going to get on and just take a shot of that, because I quite like it even when it's not got any light on it. It does look pretty nice down there. Yeah, and I do like the fact that you've got some nice colour in the sky behind. So I'm going to get on and shoot that now, and then I'm going to turn my camera in that direction and just wait for a bit of light. Like I say, there still is that gap, so I am hopeful, and I've got everything crossed, that I just get some light on this lovely, beautiful rock formations that are here. Yeah, they're just castle-like. They're so beautiful. But yeah, I'm so lucky to be able to come out here and do this morning. So yeah, I'm going to make the most of what time I've got today, which is quite a bit, to be fair. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to get on and take the shot, and then hang around a bit more. So I shall see you in a minute. Well, hopefully the camera is picking up what is this beautiful sort of light that's just appearing here. Obviously, I can see the sun is up over there, or is hitting the land over there, so it can't be long now. But what we are getting is this like strip really of beautiful light, which is just beautiful. And with the just what I'm using is the rocks below me here. There's like a patch of grass which is just here, you can't see on the camera, and I've sort of gone for a vertical sort of shot, and I've got the grass as sort of lead in into these rocks, into that just sort of light in the background there. I've taken it on high res mode. I've taken 3 exposures or 3 shots. I've focused here, I've focused on the sort of mid ground or the rocks there, and then the distance really, so that's 3. I've also done a standard shot as well, just a 2-second timer on, shooting at ISO 400 f11. It's given me about 30 for a second, which, like I say, because it's so windy up here, or the wind has died down a little bit, thankfully. Obviously, what I'm really looking for is just a sharp shot. That's important to me, so I'm happy to raise that ISO up to get a faster shutter speed, to sort of, because I need to freeze time. I'm not bothered about it being blurred in any way. Just to freeze time and to get that shot like that, that's the shot I'm looking for. Obviously, if I was shooting a waterfall or something like that, then I would be looking for that shutter speed. So I would be looking to lower the ISO as much as possible and do whatever I could do to get that shutter speed down, even if that's adding a filter on the end of the lens. So obviously no filters today, I don't need them. But look at it, it's just beautiful. That bit of light there is just, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know, but there just seems to be like a stretch of it across the sky there, and it's just beautiful. And I can see the light sort of heading towards me now, and it's just opening up the landscape in the distance there. I can see a lot more of it. Thankfully now the city lights are off, so because I think Plymouth is just down there. And when I got here first thing this morning, obviously the lights would have been distracting, but thankfully now they're all off, which is great. But I'm going to shoot a few more of these now, because like I say, I mean, look at it, it's just beautiful. So I'm so glad that I got my ass out of bed this morning and got here for sunrise, because it is just beautiful. And I'm definitely going to break out the C3, and I'm going to do get around and do some handheld shots. But for now, I'm just going to shoot with the Lumix. I'm probably going to break it out to get a shot of this, I think, to be fair. And then, like I said, I'm just waiting for that light now to hit them rocks, which are just over there. And hopefully we can get some light on this as well, which because this is a beautiful scene in itself, to be fair. And I am just liking this bits of tufted grass and just sort of walking around and trying some different compositions out, really. So, yeah, I'll put the shot up now. Hopefully you like it. Right, that light is coming now. I could just see it about to peak the cloud. I can see it off in the distance. Oh my God, there's a beautiful stretch behind me. Oh, that's beautiful. Just like a lick of it behind. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Just can't see a composition over there to warrant rushing around to get that. I'm just going to shoot one of these. I've loaded Portra 400 into my C3. I've put the mandatory tape around the back of it because it has got some light leaks, unfortunately. And I'm just going to take this quick. I am using my phone to my phone's light meter to get this exposure right. So at f8, it's 1/250th of a second. Yeah, I'm going to expose, see what we've got here. Right. Hopefully we can get a good shot here. I've gone past the point of caring about the cold, I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to focus in on this grass. Change that to, let's say that was f8, I think I said. It is f8. f8. I'll check focus again. Rushing around too much here. I haven't even wound it onto the first film. I could just see, like I say, the sun is just literally there. It's just about to poke. That's that one. First shot of Portra 400 taken. Oh, right. I need to get on. I need to just calm down. I'm forever saying on this channel, just take your time. But when you get these, like, just this light, and there's literally going to be a short window between that cloud that's above me and the bank of cloud below. So when the light hits, it's going to be quick, I think. So I'm going to get my camera set up on the original composition, and I'm going to take that, and then we're going to come away from that and see what else we can get while the light is still here. So, right, I need to get on with this quick. Okay, so I've just been taking a few shots there and running around like a headless chicken, which I always say not to do, and then, you know, immediately go ahead and do it. But anyway, I'm hoping that you could probably see the immediate schoolboy error in what I've done here, which I can't believe I've done, but I have done. And that is the fact that I set myself up here. I didn't check my my app to see where the sun was going to rise. I'm assuming it was going to rise over there somewhere, and I thought that I was far enough that way to be able to, for it to cast my shadow in that direction. But what it's actually doing is casting it straight onto this rock behind me, which is hugely frustrating, which has meant that I've had to run around like an idiot trying to find a composition where my shadow and my tripod shadow wasn't in the shot, which is massively frustrating. And I've managed to do that in a couple of places, and I will put the pictures up as I'm sort of rabbiting on as I do. But it just, there's so much of it here, there's so much to shoot, it's just beautiful. Every which direction I look is just shots everywhere, just beautiful. So I'm going to take another one with my Mamiya C3. I'm going to take it at this rock. I'm going to get, I mean, you can see probably my shadows in the shot. I'm just going to do a meter reading with my phone. And like I say, I'm just trying to get far enough sort of out the way so that I'm not casting my own shadow into the shot. So f11 is 1/250th of a second. So I'm just going to shoot that now. I quite like this scene. Like I say, I like this rock and this lead into these. It's really nice. I can't point the camera too far this way because my shadow is just there on the outskirts of this rock. So I'm just going to get focused. So I am. Make sure that I've got the right settings, which I have. Cut the shutter. And make sure I'm level. Be a good start. Sometimes it's just a little bit difficult to see where my own shadow is here. Plus I'm shivering like mad, so I'm trying to hold this steady while shivering. So I'm definitely looking for a higher ISO because I'm bloody cold up here. Right, that's the second shot in the bag with that. I think what I'm going to do is come down off of here now and just see where else or what else I can get, and just sort of have a wander around really and see what else I can get. So like I say, it's just beautiful really. Yeah, I'm so happy being up here. It's just amazing. But yeah, I'm going to get on. I'm going to move around a bit while I've still got light and see what other compositions I can get out of it really. So yeah, let's see what we can get. Right, I'm hoping you can see this okay behind me, but I've just sort of looked at this outcrop of rock just here, and I'm kind of liking the sort of the light as it's running across it at the moment, and the fact that you've got these overlapping hills going off into the distance. Of course, you've got amazingly beautiful sky, you know, lots of drama in there, and just this dappled light. There's a bit here, then it's sort of dark in the immediate sort of mid-ground, and then in the furthest sort of hills you can see behind that, you can see some light just sort of dappled across it again. So I have been playing with the X-Pan sort of pano sort of mode on the camera, so I've taken a couple of that, but I've also taken a couple of high-res shots as well, so I can actually crop into that. But I am liking the sort of letterbox look. Certainly if I had my 4x5 here and my 6x17 back, that would have been a definite pano without a doubt, as would have some of these rocks, to be fair. So yeah, I like that shot. I've taken a couple here. I will put them up now and hopefully you like them. But yeah, I'm just going to carry on and see what else we can get. So while the light is just changing, it's constantly changing, and just offering up new sort of opportunities for a shot really. So yeah, gonna get on and see what else I can get, but picture on screen now. This is where I definitely wish I had a bit of a longer lens, to be honest, because I'm just looking over in the distance there, and where the light is sort of just beamed the light onto the landscape, and I could see just little pockets of sort of shots that you could take. If I had a longer lens, I'd just be able to sort of just focus in on them and grab them shots, but unfortunately I ain't got a longer lens, so I'm sort of having to work with what I got with. So I'm trying to sort of photograph these sort of rock structures, and they're beautiful, but it's just finding a composition. I know that sounds really weird because they're just sort of there, and they're an impressive lump of rock, to be fair. Like there's one there, and there's one next to it, there's that one of it. So, and they are beautiful, and it's just finding that bit of foreground interest to be able to get a good shot of them. So I've just been sort of walking around them for a bit. Of course, I'm trying to contend with the sun as well, because what I'm finding is the majority of the compositions that I found up here, because it's very difficult to look on Google Earth to see actually what these look like at this level. So it is a little bit difficult. So I'm finding that the shots that I want to take, the sun is literally there, and I want to shoot this way because, of course, my shadow is in all my shots, which is frustrating as hell. But yeah, I'm just going to sort of take a photograph of this with the Mamiya. I'm just going to take a bit of a reading on it. 1/250th of a second at f11, which is great. Should be nice and sharp at that sort of speed. So I'm just going to have a bit of a wander around here and just see what we can find, really. So it's one to shoot, and hopefully I'm still in the front. But as you won't be able to see from back there, but as I'm sort of moving, just sort of getting more of my shadow from the shot that I want to take. So it's just difficult. I'm sort of liking these sort of tufts of grass that are littered about, but it's not quite one in the right location that fits in with the sort of 55mm lens that I've got on this camera. There's a sort of tuft about here, but I'm sort of having to get back a little bit just to make sure it's all in the frame. So perhaps maybe let's just focus on that, on the rocks. Beautiful. I think I'll take a shot here because this is quite nice, although it is just a lump in the frame. There you go, that's what I'm taking. I'm sure that's not going to be an award-winning piece, to be honest. Like I say, it is just a lump of rock in a frame, really. So yeah, probably not the best photo in the world, but it doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm just going to sort of continue to have a wander around and just see what I can find composition-wise, really. Because like I say, although there's lots here, I've just been struggling this morning a little bit. So, and I think it's because there's a lot of rock just spooled about everywhere, right the way across the landscape. And then you've got these lovely structures, and it's just finding one that works with where the sun is, really. And that's what I'm struggling with at the moment. Perhaps if there was a sunset and it was around there, you know, there is a shot going back that way towards the these structures here. So perhaps, you know, on a sunset, that might have been a better shot. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to carry on looking around, and I'll get some more shots definitely, because like I say, it's beautiful. I've said that many times this morning, but it is beautiful up here. Right, as I can no longer feel my fingers, I think I'm going to head down. I think I've got as much as I can get, or you know, want to get from this location. I've got another location in mind. I do need to go and get some fuel first, though, because I literally got up here on fumes, so I need to go and find a petrol station rather quickly. So I'm going to go and do that, and then I've got another location in mind which I want to go and check out now. The location I'm going to go to is a barn. I've seen it quite a few times with bluebells around it, so I'm going to assume that that's probably the best time to go and shoot it, which would be in a month or so's time. So I'm going to go and have a look at it and check it out, and I might take a couple of shots there, just depending on what it looks like, really. But yeah, always like a barn shot. There is abandoned buildings on Dartmoor as well, which I might go and check one of them out also. There is a farm that's abandoned up here, and I've seen a few shots of that. So yeah, I might go and have to go and have a look at that also, to see if that's any good as well. So I'm going to sort of walk down, like I say, just over the other side of the camera. There's sort of lots of drama and stuff going on there, and it is really, really beautiful. I just wish I had that longer lens, really, to be able to capture that. And probably on the way down, I might get another couple of shots as I'm sort of making my way down. And there is a tour just over there, which I'm probably going to shoot as well. That's that one that I shot earlier from up on the rocks just behind me. So I might, as I'm getting closer to it, might take a shot there. But as I get close to it, the sort of level of it changes, and its perspective in the landscape changes. So because I'm dipping into a dip as I sort of then walk up towards it, so it's going to look different as I get closer to it. So I think the better image was from back there. But anyway, I'm going to have a wander down and see if there's anything there really. So yeah, let's crack on. I've still got quite a few shots left in the Mamiya as well, and I want to get through that that roll today also. So there's plenty to get at today. So yeah, I'm gonna walk down there and okay, so sorry about that, battery died. So I was just finishing off what I was saying and the battery died. So anyway, I didn't bother turning it back on and to finish off the last couple of words I was saying. So anyway, I've just come down the hill a little bit further, like I was just explaining in the last piece, and I'm not seeing a pano here. I think again, if I had my 6x17, I would say that this would definitely be a shot, and the reasons why I think that this would be a shot is because I like the minimalist sort of nature of this shot really. I like the grass being the colour that it is. It's a nice colour, and it complements the rock very nicely. So yeah, I just go for a pano across there. The sky's nice. I like the bit of detail in the clouds and stuff behind, and then you've got the sort of rock, and then just the sort of strip of grass below, which just makes that rock sort of stand out. So I'm going to shoot this in the pano mode on the Lumix, and hopefully the shot comes out. I'll definitely put it up in here even if it doesn't, to be fair. But yeah, I'm just going to take this now, and hopefully it comes out. If it does, I'll put the image up now. A little bit random, but do you not think that rock there looks like a hand with a thumbs up? To me, it looks like a hand with a thumbs up. And on that note, if you could leave a like to the video, then that would be massively appreciated. Sorry about squinting, but the sun is right in my eyes. But yeah, that to me, I know it's a bit random, but it just looked like a hand with a thumbs up in amongst the sheep, of course. So yeah, heading back down to the car now. Gonna head on to another location after I've filled up with fuel and got something to eat. Check that one out, and I'll turn the video back on when I'm at the next location, and we can see what we can get there. So yeah, I'll still see you shortly.